So let me get you guys down in here and show you kind of what's going on with this here headliner. So if you look up here, you can see it's all floppy and nasty. Well, it looks even at first, right? But it's not. It's all falling down. And literally every part of it's falling down. The only thing holding it from just falling altogether are the lights and the handles. You can see up here on the sunroof, this is gone. This is gone. Like that is not even usable. So we're gonna get the headliner out. We're gonna get that slidey thing out and get that all taken care of today. So we've got a lot to take off, a lot of handles, a lot of doodads, a lot of lights, things like that. And then we're gonna make a mess because you can see the foam has failed. So it's not like we can just spray adhesive in there, push it up, and it's good to go. Don't be tempted to do that. That will result in a bigger problem later on because the foam is falling, right? It's not the adhesive that's failed, it's the foam that's failed. So yeah, we got to replace the headliner or the fabric for the headliner. And so here's the material we chose to replace the headliner with. Now you might say, it's not quite, in the spirit of a German car. Shouldn't it be plaid or just gray like it was? Well, this is my first time doing a headliner. And there's a lot of stretching and pulling in the fabric you have to do. And if you use something with a geometric shape like plaid, where it would be straight lines, you get pulls and weaves, and it's not going to look right when I do it. It's not going to look right. You could do a solid color as well, but I didn't want a solid color. I want to do something weird. So this shape with all these different waves and such, it's going to look, it's going to have more personality to it. And then if I pull the fabric and push the fabric, well, that just fits with the theme. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, y'all. So status update, the headliner, it's out. It's right there. And give you a quick look around in here. Sorry it's so dark. Let's see if we can't put a little light on the situation. So here's the sunroof panel still, and you can see it's all gone there. It's just hanging. This is the inside of your car's roof. After you take the headliner out, a couple things to check while you're in here. Check your drains. There's one at each corner. Make sure they're there. Make sure they're not cracked or split. You can test them at this point too. One at each corner. Now we got to get this guy out of here. And how you do that is there's clips. These clips here. You take that out. What we're going to do with this, some T30s, or I don't know what those are. They're big torch bits. Let this down, you can slide it out of here. Now, when this was put in, this would have been all put in as one assembly. So this would have already been in there. I don't want to take the whole thing out. I really don't. So I'm just going to, take that off, let it down, slide it out that way. That's how I'm going to get it. We got the sunroof out, so that's it. It's down to bare bones. I wish I had some insulation on hand to put up there. I just don't. And if I'd known that this roof line was this empty, I'd have bought some. I'd have gotten some of the, just like what we did on the Skyline, I'd have done the silver sound deadening stuff, the mass edition stuff, and then I would have done the neoprene over that. Because, man alive, there is nothing up here. You can't see it because it's dark, but there is nothing. I mean, it's just metal. And I mean, you can't do anything about the glass. That's going to be loud. But yeah, there's not a ton of room, but the sunroof slides past this. So anything you get in here that's less than this thickness, and that's probably a good ½ centimeter off of there. I keep saying the sunroof. Well, I guess the glass does slide back here too, but anything you could have put, even if it was just the sound deadening material, that butyl rubber stuff, that would have been good. So if you get your headliner down, get some of that butyl rubber. Sometimes there's a bunch of different names for it: Dynamat, Sound Mat, Lizard Skin, all that stuff. Get you some of that and put it in here for sure. you got these little areas, you got this big area back here, and then you got some up front too that you've got space to, that's just metal that needs something on there. Be my suggestion anyway. The other thing I'd like to point out is I took out the A-pillar covers, and we did that because there was some wiring under this one that kind of went to all the lights and such up top. So we took that out. I'm wondering, it's going to be interesting to try and get this back in here without pulling any more of the B and C pillars. I think you can do it. I started pulling this C pillar. It's got one of those bad word clips up top in there too. And unfortunately I dropped the clip and it went down inside there, so I'm going to have to take that off. But I'm wondering, I might give it a whirl and see if we can't... Pine needles? Alright, well, I might give it a whirl and see if we can't get reinserted in here without taking any more off. I don't know. I don't know. Give it a shot, maybe. Here's the headliner here. This is the back end. This is the part that's the most challenging. It's got like a hook. So it hooks in the back. There's a hook kind of thing all the way around the sunroof too. I got to figure out how to get that back in. Maybe it just pops up in there like a good solid, like a big push, like a big whop. Like from here when it's going in, just give it a big boom right here. I don't know. But we're gonna get this peeled off, and it's just coming right off. Also, this hook on the back, it's real weak. This whole thing is like a fiberglass, kind of. It's not as... You can see it is delamming a little bit. It's not great. Again, these things were really meant to go together one time. And look at this, just coming off. There's nothing. There's no integrity to this foam at all. So let's get that off there. Okay. Got the headliner stripped of all the foam and all the material that was there before. I did the same thing that you see everybody do in basically every other headliner video. Pulled the dead fabric off, took a wire brush to all the foam residue, and then I chased it with a shop vac just to keep from creating a big hellacious mess here on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and go over it with some alcohol now. I had mineral spirits, I'd use mineral spirits, but I've got alcohol. I don't have any loose material. I am finding some delamination, some other issues, but I think we're going to be good to go here. So what we're going to do now, get it wiped down with the alcohol. I got to wipe down the sunroof as well. That's out. There's actually a repair I need to do on the sunroof as well. I broke a portion of it trying to wiggle it out of there. But after this, after the wipe down, we'll get the headliner measured out and cut. And we're going to go for it. Okay, everybody, so this is where we're at right now. Sorry I don't have any videos of me actually laying this stuff down. Couple lessons learned right away. So because of its quoted heat resistance, I chose 3M high strength. Make sure the microphone's on. I would avoid this one. It has like 0 working time. Once you start to lay it, it's stuck. I would suggest finding one that has a working time, something that you have chance to lift it up and reposition it. I ended up with some wrinkles here that I wish I hadn't, but there it is on. And we've already started cutting the holes for the different reliefs. So that's where we're at with that. And I got the sunroof going together now, or the sunshade, whatever, going together. And then we'll start reassembly. So that's where we're at. Let me give you a quick look around in here. It's almost all the way back in the headliner. It is late here, so there's the light from my headlamp is all you're gonna get. I could probably turn on lights for the car. Oh, there we go. I don't know if that helps at all. A couple more pieces to put in. Nice not having the sag in the back anymore. You can't really see. But yeah, it's coming along. You come out of here. You can see back here a little better. Looks like a horror movie with this shit lighting. Sorry, but yeah, I mean it used to just hang down there. You can see the curve is back to. Well, I don't know if you can. I can. And yeah, it's up there. It's adhered. It ain't pretty. There's a little folds here and there, and there's some wrinkles. And up on top, there's a real bad trim that I did. But because of the pattern, it's hidden pretty well. There's a big flub that right there. Goodness gracious. I might be able to tuck that away. Maybe later. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's in there. Got a few more bits and bobs to put away, and then she'll be done with that. But there it is. There's that headliner. Terrible picture. Sorry for the bad lighting. All right. That's back together. All the door handles, grab handles, all the lights, that's all back in. Everything works. No airbag lights. We like that. There's a lot of cleanup to do. I want to run the shop vac through the interior. What can I say about this? It's not. This isn't a perfect headliner. It's got bumps and wiggles and folds, and it's bad. It's bad. So lessons learned. How could we do it better? The adhesive I had was the 3M90, whatever. I chose that one because it's the high temp. Don't get that one. It's an instant bond. It's like super glue. It hits. It's done. It's bonded. I have no doubt there's good applications for that, but there's just no work time. You need something that gives you the ability to reset it at least once, because you're going to find a fold and you need to be able to pick it up, move it, put it back down. I don't know if that's the 77 by 3M or if there's another headliner product that just is better. So yeah, that's the lessons learned from that. And also be real careful of your trim, where you trim. Surprisingly enough, there are some areas in this car where there's a finished edge, particularly up here under the sunroof when it's open. There's an edge of finished headliner in there, and I didn't think that was going to be visible, and my cuts along that are not perfect. And I can only assume that when they built these things at the factory, the headliner it's probably die cut somewhere and then laid in. I don't even know if it's laid by hand. It's probably kind of done by hand and then vacuum formed or maybe just trimmed at the end with something sharp. But yeah, hardest part about it was probably getting all the old foam off. That stuff is super sticky. I've got it everywhere. The stuff on the sunroof, or on the whatever we want to call that panel, was the worst of it. It's stickier than the rest of it. It is coming off. It almost is like orange art TV. It's really a bad thing, and maybe that's the product. Maybe that's inherent to the product that has the work time. I don't know, but that's the hardest thing. It gets everywhere. It sticks to everything. So be careful with that. I'm gonna run the vacuum through here a little bit just to get some of it out, and that way we can actually sit in the car without getting orange stuff all over us. But yeah, it's in, it's together. Does not look bad. I'll try and put up a picture. Yeah, when we have some light on the car, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. But yeah, you'll see it. Would I do it again? I hope I never have to do that job again. It's not terrible, but we're into probably hour 8 on this thing, and I'm tired. I'm tired of dealing with headliners and foam and cutting and hurt fingers from screws. So yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you got questions, leave them in the comments below. Shoot me a DM either on Instagram or wherever. Say hi. If you've done this yourself and have some lessons learned, please share them below so other people can learn from our mistakes. And is it worth it? Yeah, if you've got a collapsing headliner, go for it. And don't feel like you have to choose headliner material. This is headliner material, but go wild. Pick something fun. Pick something that's you. And and I did want to put in there, get some of that butyl rubber sound deadening stuff for the roof. If you don't have a sunroof, you've got a big area of metal that needs something. If you do have the sunroof with the sliding bit, just get the butyl. I don't think there's enough room if you do butyl and insulation. Anyway, so get a sealant with some actual work time. Get some butyl rubber, and just pay attention to your edges so you don't end up with kind of an unfinished edge like I have. That's it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you online. See you on the street. See you online. Love you. Bye. How do I end this thing?